My next guest was one of the big winners last weekend at UFC Vegas 48, getting it done over Alan Baudot. It's Parker Porter, one of my favorite names in the MMA game. Parker, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm feeling great.
Awesome. First off, I got to mention, love the veteran move here, going in the car. It's quiet, good lighting, so good move on you there. Where are you going to? Did you just come back from practice, going to practice? Where am I getting you?
I'm just leaving the gym, actually. I'm about to head home, take a little break, grab some lunch, play with my youngest son because he's home with his grandmother right now, and then head back to the gym to teach class.
Gotcha. Well, don't want to cut too much into father time here. Congrats on the win, man. What a performance that was. Just the game plan heading in, do you feel like you executed it heading in? It looked like you did because obviously you got the win.
Yeah, no, the game plan was to wrestle more. It's something we've been working on. Initially, it was trying to wrestle more, even all the way back to the Parisian fight and the Sherman fight as well. And I just, it's the one piece of my game that probably needs the most work. And I've been working on it a lot, and I really felt good about going out there. And I really just wanted to press that action more. We already know I can swing for the fences on, for days on end. But I wanted to show my wrestling capabilities and show that I'm a threat just about everywhere.
I was curious, how did you score the fight going into the third round, just in your head? Because again, it's one thing what we're watching on TV, but I was curious your initial thoughts going into that third round.
Going into the third round, I didn't feel like I had lost the first round. On the judges' scorecards, they all had me losing the first round. I wasn't really sure. I guess, like anything could happen. They could have seen something that I didn't see or feel, or something may have looked worse or better. So I don't know what their perspective on that was. I can only say what I felt. I felt good. I felt like I did enough in the first round and definitely in the second round to seal that deal. And then, going into the third round, having the third round end the way that it did with the takedown and ended up in the mount, I felt like, maybe if I had like another 15, 20 seconds, I could have got that stoppage that I was looking for. But after the third round, I was confident. I was like, even if I lost lost the first or lost the second, I definitely won the 2 out of 3. So I was feeling good after that.
Anything surprise you in the fight that you weren't expecting with Alan?
No, not really.
Okay.
He came out and did pretty much exactly what we thought he was going to do. I was expecting him to throw more kicks. Actually, I was expecting him to be a little bit more aggressive. He made me chase him a little bit more than we anticipated. Which, like I walked into a couple of uppercuts early on in the first round. Everybody knows that my overhand is one of my go-to weapons when I'm closing distance and stuff. So he caught me with that a couple of times coming in, and then I had to adjust and start slipping my head a little more off and making a miss on that so I could still utilize it effectively. But that was about it. I didn't think he would make me chase him. I thought he was going to come out a little more aggressive.
Any concerns going to the judges' scorecards at all, or were you pretty confident you had it?
No, I was pretty confident that I had it. I wasn't too worried about it. It wasn't anything that I was like, nah, I don't know. It could go either way, especially after that third round, dominating on the ground for almost the whole second half of the round.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I mean, especially that third round, it's like, how can you not give it to him? But again, with judging, you never really know all that. And I did notice you were the betting favorite going into this fight. I don't know if you noticed that. I feel like the odds makers are finally giving you some respect, Parker.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a little more credit now. Like I'm not just somebody who managed to slip in because of pandemic circumstances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're a mainstay, man. Any feedback from the UFC? I don't know if you or your manager have talked to them at all. They must have been happy with you again, performing, coming through, and getting another victory here.
No, nothing yet. It hasn't even been a full week since the fight. They gave me a really short medical suspension because I have this tiny little cut under my eye that's pretty much already gone. But they obviously, they don't play around with stuff like that because cuts can easily open back up. I'm feeling good, and I'm hoping to hear from them soon.
Any feedback from, well, I'm sure you had feedback from fans, congratulating, all that stuff. What was that like after this fight?
It was good, man. I mean, it always feels good to hear everybody, how proud they are and, how happy they are to see me get another win. And it was just a lot of the same kind of usual, like, great job. You're an animal, you're a beast. I think I'm probably a lot harder on myself than all my friends and family are about supporting me and stuff. Everybody just sees, like, oh, you won, great job. Whereas like I'm looking back on it, like I could have done this a little better. I got hit too much. I need to work on my footwork. I work on this conditioning or that technique or whatever it may be.
Anyone win any money on your fight? I don't know. You weren't too much of a betting favorite, so I'm sure some people cashed in. If so, any bets you want to share? Anyone win any big money?
No, nothing that stands out, but I usually get a couple of messages here and there on Instagram like, hey, great job. You won me some money, blah, blah, blah. Keep it going. I always bet on you. You're a sure thing. So, that feels good. And I joke around. I'm like, all right, I'll send you my Venmo later. You can give me a cut of my profits,
Steak dinner at the bare minimum, Parker. Am I right?
Yeah,
I mean, you did your job. Steak, and not like not like, I don't know, I'm in Canada, we have different restaurants, but like not like a, mom and pop, like a really solid steakhouse. That's got to be done, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Around here we got a Fleming's is a good steakhouse around here. They're one of like the 5-star restaurants in the town that I live in. A place like that would be nice.
I love it. That's great. When are you looking to get back in there? You mentioned that you don't have much of, bumps and bruises. Obviously, you're a family man, want to spend some time, enjoy the time off. Any sort of timeline in your head right now where you're thinking of getting back in there?
I just want to get back in there as soon as possible. April, May. I'd love to potentially get on the May card with Glover when he's defending his belt against Prohaska. That would be an awesome opportunity to share the card with him.
Okay.
And just get back in there quicker than sooner than later.
And any fun matchups kind of catch your eye as far as the next opponent?
No, I get asked that all the time. Like, who do you want to call out? Any shots you want to, say?
Well, notice I worded it differently. I said, what would be a fun matchup? So that's a little bit different as opposed to being like, who you calling out? Like, because, people take that disrespectfully. So that's why I say fun matchup, because then it's actually encouraging. It means, hey, that fighter would make a fun matchup. So there's a difference.
I like that. The way you say it is definitely going to change the tone of it all.
The narrative. Yeah, exactly.
Fun matchup. I don't know, man. I just love the fight. So everybody presents a different potential problem and hurdle to overcome. So they're all kind of fun. It's like all just kind of a big puzzle for me to help try and figure out. So it's usually always fun for me. I've never been in a fight where I'm like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, you sort of fight who they give you. Kind of on that note as well, like, do you think we're starting to get to that point with you where you're going to start getting those bigger names? I mean, Dawkins was a big name, but that again was so early in your UFC tenure. Do you see yourself getting those Curtis Blades and maybe some other names just with the win streak you're on, man? Because it certainly looks like that's where we're headed.
Yeah, I think it definitely opens up the opportunity for that. I'm interested to see who they're going to throw at me next. Not that there's ever an easy fight, but I think there's going to be some more dangerous opponents thrown in my direction coming up in these next few fights.
So we talked about family time. What else you got on the agenda for the rest of the week? A little bit of training, I'm sure. Any fun stuff planned this week?
I'm just kind of hanging out. We're going to probably try and go out tomorrow night, but we're supposed to get hit with a snowstorm, so that might throw a little bit of a monkey wrench in the plans. But I'm supposed to go out with some of my friends and catch up with the guys, go out to dinner, have a couple of drinks, and just socialize and be a normal human being for a change.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then, I'm just working on my gym and getting the classes going and getting more people in here and making a better quality product for everybody to have when they come in.
Are you taking a week off renovations, or is that going to continue this week as well?
No, that's constant. I'm always working on the house.
Okay, good stuff.
Even when it's done, I feel like I'm always going to be working on it.
Yeah, you're looking at little edges and seeing, hey, maybe I need to fix something here or whatever. I know how it is.
That's not quite lined up right, or that line's a little crooked. Let's fix that, or let's adjust this.
Yeah, no, for sure. Parker, thanks so much for doing this, man. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
Everybody, man. I thank you to my team, crew at Thornton, my wrestling coach Kia, my longtime training partner Dan, of course my wife Kara, and my kids Andrew, Blake, and Charlie. My management team, Top Game Management, Tyson Chartier. I'd like to thank Float 41. I just started adding that into my recovery regimen, doing the float tanks and the sensory deprivation stuff, and I feel like that's it's kind of like 21st century meditation on steroids. So it's pretty awesome. It definitely helps a lot with the mental game.